And you can see that, like, a woman that really is just in tune with her femininity she don't have to do shit, bro. I'm telling you, when she walk in the room with her grace, her elegance, at men of value, shit, even some men of not really that of value just yet. You know what I'm saying? They get right.
Roll me, Mac.
What's the best thing about a woman and her femininity? Right off the back, it makes your job as a man easier to do, easier to lead, creates peace. That's how you can recognize one of the ways you can really recognize it is that she creates peace with her essence around you, and she doesn't try to compete with you. She doesn't try to, I mean, she challenges you, don't get me wrong. A woman truly in her femininity will challenge you in ways you cannot even imagine. However, what she doesn't do is create unnecessary conflict. And that's when you can, that's one way to spot that you're dealing with a woman that possesses a lot of, that has been taught by life that she's had to operate in her masculinity to protect herself. And who doesn't want to protect themselves? You know what I'm saying? However, in the aspect of trying to bring someone of value in, if a man's of value, he's operating then in his masculinity. I'm not saying that men that don't have like a more what they deem as like a beta personality don't have upside to them for a woman. However, I believe that the women that I've come across, spoken to, been in relationships with in the past, you know what I'm saying? It's just like when a woman that operates in her femininity, like truly operates in her femininity, when she walks into a room, she commands that respect from those men. Men that operate in their masculine tend to respond very well to a woman that operates in her femininity and does not give a fuck, doesn't try to be too tough for the other girls trying to shit on her for being in her feminine because they're so masculine. I mean, it's literally like they act like bad men. They act like poor behaved men is what some women that operate in their masculine, if not most, tend to do. So they behave like poor men in a sense, and it's easy to spot. So it's so easy to spot, and it's one of the biggest turnoffs in, at least for me. I'll speak for me. I don't want to speak for all. I won't speak for all men. I can tell you that a woman that operates in her masculine is the biggest fucking turnoff. I don't care. She could be bad. She got the baddest body ever. And there's plenty of them. And there's plenty of women with some of the baddest bodies you'll ever see. But when they open their mouth, they talk like poor behaved men. And it's like, oh, okay, so in order for this to work, I have to double what you're doing as in your masculine with my own. And how tiring does that get? You know what I'm saying? Over time, trying, again, that's competing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's one thing of challenge, there's another thing of creating unnecessary conflict over rudimentary shit, mediocre shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, once you see it, you be around your friends, you be around like in stores and stuff like that, you won't be able to unsee this shit. And it's comical once you realize like, oh, okay, so that's what's going on. That's what that was. That's why she's so loud in public. You know what I'm saying? Because for both man and woman, both male and female, to me, confidence is silent, right? Confidence is silent. Insecurities are very, very loud. And you know what I'm saying? Like, the loudest person in the room is the weakest person in the room, American Gangster line. And And you can see that, like, a woman that really is just in tune with her femininity she don't have to do shit, bro. I'm telling you, when she walk in the room with her grace, her elegance, at men of value, shit, even some men of not really that of value just yet. You know what I'm saying? They get right. It is like this. There's this level of respect that is earned with operating, one, a man operating as masculine, and two, a woman operating in their femininity. You know what I'm saying? Once either the two of them recognize what's going on around them, they remove themselves. You know what I'm saying? And seeing, all right, I got to take a step back. You know, you detach from the situation and look at things and be like, okay, how did I feel prior to coming into this room? What was the energy like? You know what I mean? Like I said, everything is all about, you know, feeling of energy. So, like, do I feel drained around this environment, or do I feel uplifted, empowered? You know what I mean? Like when that energy just is around you. And I know some of us can see it at work, where you have certain people that just are just downright not happy. You know what I'm saying? They're just not happy with their job, if you will. Yeah, you got people that are just, you know what I'm saying? Like people on a job that are just so, they're so focused on what they don't have versus what they do, that it brings like this, it brings everyone else down, if you will. Like you just hear it, how they, you know what I'm saying? That's how they talk and shit. And, you know what I mean? It's like you find yourself trying to, yeah, like for what I like to do at work, I like to wear headphones and kind of tune the world out. And I'm gonna get back to the femininity shit, but just sharing this little tidbit here. Like I like to wear like my headphones and play like instrumentals and classical and tune out all of that and create my own world. Even set up like waterfall sounds and all that shit to kind of create a place of like an area of peace. Even if people walk in the room, like you just feel that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just very calming. And but like I said, with the benefits of a woman in her femininity is that there's nothing more than a man that is really like on his purpose would love to do is to cherish that woman that's operating in her femininity, how she complements his life. And that right there is just it goes hand in hand. It just literally goes hand in hand. It's the yin and the yang. How to like when you feel that. It's all about that energy, right? Energy is every fucking thing. You know, no matter who that is, you know what I'm saying? Like you got family members, when you get around them, I know y'all feel it, and it's just, you know they come in with something that's just it ain't helpful. It just don't feel good. And it's like, man, I gotta get away from that shit. You know what I mean? And but when you are around like that, again, that radiation of femininity that I tend to find, you know what I'm saying, like around like women in conversation and all that stuff, man, there's a certain feeling you get after you finish speaking with them, and it's the same in return for them speaking with you while you're operating in your masculine, like I said, in your masculine frame, man, and being able to hold that. And it gets, like I said, it gets challenging for sure on both ends with the femininity and the masculinity, but it's about practice, daily practice of staying on top of your shit. Like, yeah, the benefits of a woman in her femininity is like a man would just want to do, like he has more encouragement of wanting to do things for the woman he's seeing. You know what I'm saying? When she's operating in her femininity. Now, for women that operate their masculinity and wonder why the flame is gone, I mean, it's opposites attract. Period. Opposites attract. And if I'm operating in my masculine, you're operating your masculine, you're wondering why we haven't engaged in sexual activity in a long time. It's like, well, it's when I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue getting it up when I watch porn because they're operating in femininity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess there's some porn you can watch and see tough ass women, but who the fuck wants to do that shit? You know, definitely not. I'll say somebody might want it. I'll just say specifically, I don't care for the shit. But as far as like, again, having the masculine energy meet that feminine energy, it's like I said, it just radiates an attraction. And until we understand it, the bullshit is going to continue in some of these relationships, some of these marriages. And don't get me wrong, there's other factors, obviously finances, kids, and all that. But when you guys are not operating in those roles and you're dealing with just the relationship itself, finding time to work on the relationship part, I believe that that helps, to create the attraction amongst one another. Because I mean, without attraction, what do you really have? You have a roommate. Yeah, you love your roommate, but you don't want to fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And like that's the key thing. And like again, attraction, and just don't kill it. Don't be the one to kill the attraction. You operate like, for a man, you build your attraction by working on every day how you can become more masculine, man. It'll never be enough. It'll never be enough of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like staying on that on a day-to-day fucking basis. And then for a woman, same thing. How do you build more femininity within yourself? Watch the attraction just continue to come at you. You know what I mean? Like being the best version of yourself and him being the best version of himself, there's no telling what you guys can do. I don't know. I could be talking out my ass, but this is just my thoughts on those that particular thing when it comes to like femininity, and just like the benefits of a woman being in her femininity. It's empowering to see a woman have the courage to operate in her femininity. You know what I'm saying? I think it takes more courage, more guts for a woman to operate in her femininity, especially these days when you got a lot of these tough girls out here, man, just constantly just trying to be tough, acting like they can't let shit get to them. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what does it really do? You're just I get it. You want to protect yourself. You were made to love. I'm saying that men aren't, but that nurturing factor, it's just your essence. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's how I feel about a woman. Like, it's just your nurturing essence. And when a woman is operating in her femininity, when she is nurturing, when she is being a compliment to those around her, be it her kids, be it the guy she's seeing, the guy she's married to, that energy, man. Like and then another thing about a woman operating in her femininity, men that are in their masculine want to protect the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like they will do their due diligence. Like truly, you know what I'm saying? I'm not referring to guys that are, they're downright disrespectful to you. Obviously, why would you want to be around that anyway? But the ones that really do value women and their femininity, they would do everything in their power if they can to protect you while you're around their area. You know what I'm saying? Within their frame. And it just comes with the duty of being man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a respecting. Now, granted, I've seen a TikTok, I think, recently, and it's like a man my husband signed up to protect me and his kids, not you. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, every man is going to protect every woman. No, but obviously you see a woman in distress of some sort, you know what I'm saying? And if you're an able body to prevent whatever thing from happening, then sure. But just going around expecting just because it's a man around just to protect you, that's really not how that works. At least not in my mind. You know what I mean? But it just, I guess the situation varies. So it may come out kind of fucked up, but it's really depending the situation. The benefits of a woman operating in her femininity are truly endless. And I just really encourage all women to take a look at themselves and ask if they're operating in their femininity, and two, what can they learn? How can they learn how to do so? How would you even recognize it? You know what I'm saying? Just something to look up, look into. I would say the same thing to the fellas about, figuring out what exactly is a healthy form of masculinity. You know what I'm saying? It's more just about leadership. It's not about dictatorship. It's just about leadership when called upon, when the situation arises for such. And just the level of protection of allowing a woman to feel safe. And that's that's really truly the main part of a woman who operates in her femininity, is that you feel safe around her. And so and even in an unsafe world, that you feel safe. Like the thing about a woman operating her femininity is that you feel safe around her in an unsafe world. You know what I'm saying? Could be an illusion or what have you. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on a woman who's got the courage to operate in their feminine. How vital is discipline to success for you? Very vital. Figuring out what your rituals are going to be and your standards are going to be on a day-to-day basis is going to dictate the results that you get out of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have poor diet, don't be surprised when you start to expand your stomach line. You start to expand, you start to gain more necks underneath. Like, whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. And you know what I'm saying? So same thing with your efforts in the gym. If you don't go to the gym, you are not going to develop a body that you're trying to get. You know what I'm saying? A muscular physique or just a slim physique, whatever you want to call it. If you don't put in the efforts, it's not going to happen. Nothing happens. Ideas are nothing unless we act upon them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, as my man Earl Nightingale said in The Strangest Secret. So we must put forth that effort, and effort comes with discipline. And once you create a set of a mindset for discipline, there's no telling what will happen for you in this life. You know what I'm saying? Just by staying the course. And it's challenging. Don't get me wrong. You have to master your feelings, because if you did everything you didn't feel like doing, what would get done? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel, there's a lot of times I don't feel like going to the gym. I love it when I'm there, don't get me wrong, but the process of getting to the gym, getting out of the bed, you know what I'm saying? Brushing teeth, drinking like water before leaving to start up the engines on the inside of the body, putting on gym clothes. Like, it's a process. And a lot of times you don't want to do it, getting out of work. And it's like, all right, you just got to train your mind to the fact that I'm going to go work out. But success, I mean, even people, you know, again, studying in college, if you, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some people that really could, like, they're really good test takers. But for somebody who's really trying to master their craft, study every fucking day. Read 30 minutes of something. And that's another thing. It's going to help you with vocabulary by reading 30 minutes a day. I laugh in my mind saying this shit, because there's no way in hell I would have ever done this 20 years ago. 30 years ago, whatever. I just was not into reading. I didn't realize how much power was in that of a book. And I tend to read a lot of self-help, as you may be able to pick up on me speaking on it, and just I'll say the way I speak on set topics. But discipline is so key. It's very, very key. And trying to keep things up, of like creating ritual, like again, creating a schedule for yourself to stay in productivity. And after a while, your mind is already setting it's anticipating what you planned for that particular day. And like, for me, I have what I got a study schedule. You know what I'm saying? I got like a YouTube study schedule I make for myself each day of the week, breaking down, instead of me trying to watch everything all at once, it allows me to focus clearly on this particular subject for this day. And then I can work on another subject on the next day. But the discipline there is, it allows me to retain the information, I believe, a little bit better than me trying to make a gumbo. I'm trying to watch everything all at once. And then I'm able to apply it to my life and then execute out in my day to day. It further helps me in conversation to pretty much talk with just about anybody who has something to discuss. You know what I'm saying? And train myself in listening too, because that's tough. You know what I mean? Like, you get excited and then you tend to talk over people. So it's like recognizing that in yourself and like, try to shut the fuck up so that you can take in what the person's saying. Empty your cup. You know what I'm saying? Empty your cup so that you can take in what that person is pouring in. And, sometimes you get full of your shit, full of yourself. Your ego takes over. And then you trying to talk with your cup being full. And you can miss some shit when you do that. But that discipline of just staying on top of things, discipline of not eating junk food during the week, discipline of not having any alcohol on maybe just for one day out the weekend, the discipline to sleep for 6 to 8 hours. There's work with that one, that's for sure. As far as we trying to get sleep with staying up late working on random shit. But that discipline of making sure you clean the house, making sure you clean your car, making sure that you have grooming, making, for yourself as a man, the discipline to put forth effort in your attire, your discipline to put forth effort of getting to work on time. And like the more you put into yourself, the better it gets. You know what I'm saying? Like, the better you work on yourself, the better you attract. And or able to even recognize what you're not attracted to, the more you work on yourself. And I love that. I love that effect that it has had on me. And it gets challenging at times, especially when you're doing this. It seems like you're doing the same thing. Even though you're learning something new every day, you're doing the same thing. And then your ego can get in the way and you just feel like, man, I don't have to do this shit today. Stay with it. You know what I'm saying? 1 week of neglect can cost you a year of repair. So it's really just staying on top of task. And it's tough, man. It's tough, but you gain more in the end by staying focused, staying determined on goals, staying focused, staying on purpose, being a man of purpose, and just going, like I said, be willing to go the distance, even though you don't know what's on the other side. Being able to stick with the plan, trusting the universe, trusting God and His universe, and you doing the rest by putting that effort in. Discipline is very vital to success to me. I just want to continue doing my part and let the universe do the rest. What makes a nice stocking stuffer for me? White Reese's, gummy anything, so anything from Haribo. Let's see, Slim Jims, beef jerky, really anything gummy. I would say is probably the best bet. Trading cards, basketball, basketball, NHL, NFL, trading cards. What else fit into it? Video games, I guess. It used to be. I don't really fuck with that shit now. Watches. Yeah, definitely watches. Music. I don't know, Hulk, stuffed animals, small, like the smaller ones. I'm not really a fan of those pop things though. You know what I'm saying? Like the pop little things. They really don't serve a purpose to me. I don't really care too much how they look. I've had them as gifts before, grateful for them, but I really don't care too much for them pop shits like that. But I'd say, I say the White Reese's, really white Reese's and anything gummy would be great stocking stuffers. How do you feel as a man when you see a woman blatantly disrespecting her man in front of you? Well, I'm glad it ain't me. That's the immediate thought. And then number two is like, I wonder. I just wonder what he feels about himself that he would endure such. Truly. You know what I mean? Like, why would you allow someone? Because I'm not even just going to pin it to a woman being disrespectful. I'll say just people in general. Why would you tolerate that? Why would you allow someone to behave such, you know what I'm saying, around in public like that, or even in private for that matter? You know what I mean? It's like, if they can do that in public, you can only imagine what can be done in private. But when I see that, I try to send positive and healing energy to those souls, both of them. What would lead you to that? What would lead you to doing to feeling such a way? And there's so much that goes into it. I mean, because we don't know the ins and outs of relationship. It's not really our business per se. But when I see that, I just ask myself, if I were in it, like, how do I feel about myself that I am enabling this behavior to go on, especially in front of people? Because where does the respect lie when an individual can be so disrespectful in public to do that? Like, again, and a person can only do what they're allowed to do. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's where the boundaries come in, the healthy boundaries come in. And when you don't have boundaries, it leaves the door open for anything to transpire. One can learn a lot from watching. One can learn a lot from watching. You know what it looks like. It's like, damn, that used to be me. I used to be that person that was sitting there taking shit. And why did I take it? Because I thought I had the greatest girl in the world. Would the greatest girl in the world act like that? Would she yell at you like a child in public? Would she talk down to you? Would she mock you? Everything you're saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, when you're in those moments, you're really like, I don't believe I'm going through this shit right now. So when I see a fellow male, fellow human for that matter, when I see a fellow human enduring such and being talked to as if they're just, you know what I'm saying, like less than, and in public like that, it is cause for concern. But they would have to see it for themselves. As far as like me, I'm not with that shit no more. And low tolerance for bullshit. That's on everything. At work, even then at work, it really depends on the situation. But there's some bending to it. But not deliberate disrespect. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And if indeed it does happen, then if you don't respond to it, they're going to keep doing the shit. And that's the struggle, because ain't nobody coming to save you. They're going to just keep taking from you if you allow them to do so. And that's like the tough part. It's like, oh, if I'm kind to them, they'll be, if I'm nice to them, maybe they'll be nice to me. Oh no, they're gonna keep coming back and harder, you know what I'm saying, with the bullshit. And it's like, damn, do I love myself enough to walk away? Can I be in peace alone, or do I want to sit in chaos around this particular person who's willing to disrespect me in front of everyone? Those are things both a man and a woman has to assess for themselves when they're in that predicament, man. And again, we are all human. We are. We are definitely all human. We also been human enough to set damn boundaries with individuals that we deemed, like, if we believe we're being treated less than how we would treat ourselves. I mean, essentially, that's what we're talking about here, is being treated less than the respect you have for yourself. So, I mean, that's another reason why that might be allowed, because you very well may believe that you deserve, as much as I hate that term, you might believe that you deserve this treatment from this person, and you endure this shit. You know what I'm saying? And no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that about any. I don't believe that about any of us, man. Honestly, like that blatant disrespect, like in public and stuff like that. You know, just talking to your boyfriend, husband, like he's your fucking son, or a man talking to, you know what I'm saying, like his woman, like that's his like his kid and shit. Like just being in a disrespectful manner. That is, you know what I'm saying, in a very much a disrespectful manner. I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying? We can get loud, but as far as a sense of like disrespect and when you have to tear somebody down, if you make yourself feel better, that right there, I'm not a fan of that shit. Not at all. But when, like I said, when I see that done on, you know what I'm saying, like in my presence, it's tough. Like I said, it's tough, man, because I remember playing both roles. I remember being that bully, and I remember being the bullied, and looking at it like, you don't have to do this. Neither one of you have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have peace by yourself. You can, you know, and if you have more peace by yourself than with than being around this person or being around this group of people, you're gonna have to choose you eventually. Eventually, you're gonna have to choose you, and I just hope that you do at some point in time. You choose you. You have the courage to be alone and love yourself, and then anything else that is added later on complements your life and doesn't complicate your life. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, whatever it is, they bring peace with how they move. And I mean, that's really all I have for that particular scenario. So, you know, I just hope that there's peace that comes with that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that. How was 2024 for me? 2024 for me was enlightening on many things. A lot of self-observation about myself. A lot of letting go of people out your life. And that's always great to know who's not going to make it through the season of that reality show 2024 with you. And then seeing people like leave this earth and move on that you've known for since you were young, you know what I'm saying, kids, and then having to adjust with that, and you know, the reminder of how mortal that we are, and but you know, overall, just information, just, you know, loads of more information and being more aware of things, recognizing the power within yourself to sustain boundaries, to stand firm in your beliefs, and essentially just stand on being a man, and you know, and no matter how anyone feels about that, I think that's kind of a lot that 2024 has brought to me. Music has been about the same for me. It's like I listen to the same songs essentially every year, if not it's the same genre. So like spa music, instrumentals, and then like everything I grew up with, like most of the R&B and funk songs and pop songs that I grew up with. Hip hop, obviously hip hop too, but just home ownership. Definitely home ownership was interesting this year, and being able to, and how much it'll clear you out financially, but it makes it well worth it to be a homeowner on things. And again, the lengths that you'll go to be with the people that you value, and being able to see your kid grow up and be a young adult. That's what this year was a lot for me. Focusing on, like, realizing what's in your control and what's not in your control, and how that can get to your anxiety and freak you the fuck out. But overall, knowing that you don't have control and just accepting things as they are, just trying your best to practice some more Fati every fucking day is the goal. But like I said, it gets challenging, going on this path, the way that you're going at this path. But in the end, it's well worth it. And I want to say 2024 taught me a lot. 2024 had some winning moments and had some learning moments. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call anything losses, but because nothing is mine to lose. But there's lots of moments of, like, being able to, everything to be appreciative of. I'll say that. I'll say networking, getting closer with co-workers on various things, thanks to, like, the air show and like the morale luncheons that we do. Seeing, getting closer to those that you value, and seeing them shine, really, like, truly seeing them shine in their own individual aspects of life, watching them go through obstacles, ups and downs, thinking that, all is lost, and then they just move on to better things. They get, they get orders, they get new jobs, they get, things for themselves that help boost their family up. And like I say, you love to see that, and it's super dope to see. It truly is. It's truly super dope to see, seeing your family overcome addiction, overcome pitfalls and things that get them down in order to come back like a hell of a lot stronger in new relationships, and just feeling good about where they are in life. You know what I mean? Traveling the world. It's really, like I said, it's really dope to see. And then seeing, same thing, more family just moving out of the comfort zone to be in a place to where they can really thrive and just be in a better place mentally, man. I love to see that. I love to see others prosper. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see other people prosper. But 2024 was a wake-up call on a lot of things. And 2025 is going to be a hell of a lot more to be done. Goals, tasks, never satisfied with that. Always hungry. You know what I'm saying? Constantly staying in hunger, and then recognizing unconditional love, and your best to try to navigate that and what that means to you. But I look forward to 25 and what that will bring. So I'll say this from J.E.T.Sense and Ask Rome, YouTube series. Wishing all of you guys a safe holiday. Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate, just spend it with those that you value. Protect your peace, and avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Make sure that you are, prioritizing you. You know what I mean? Make sure you're prioritizing you. Fuck that people pleasing shit. We're done with that. Unless you're in customer service, we done with that. But sending positive and healing energy to everyone. But for Romy Mac, I'm out. Good night, kids.